friends, good morning, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. If this is your first time stopping in, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for being here. So this morning before I get dressed and head out to work, I just wanted to share with you a tumbler I've been working on. It's taken me a while to get this one completed because of work, and also I have multiple of these in progress for other friends. So this one is mine. I'll show you. Now I showed you one with this picture previously, but the reason I want to show you this one, and I'm not going to show you the others like this that I'm making, is because this one's not about the picture. The other one was the picture. This one is on an acrylic tumbler. So this is the Hogg acrylic tumbler, and it comes with a top, and it also comes with a straw. I have the straw set aside. So this is the top, and I like that it has a straw with it. So I do really like these Hogg acrylic tumblers. They're like the nicest acrylic tumblers that I found, and it says that, you know, they don't have any bad byproducts in them. So I wanted to do the glitter and epoxy on an acrylic tumbler and sort of see how that turned out. And you can see the acrylic tumbler holds the epoxy and the glitter beautifully. Now the other thing with this though, with this being a clear acrylic tumbler, I wanted it to be like a stardusty kind of like iridescent but colorful, if that makes sense, because I'm like, well, it's clear, you can see through it, so I want to still take that piece of it and use that to sort of help build on how pretty it is. So what I did, and there is of course the video to follow, so the acrylic tumbler, I did not paint it. What I did was first apply a chunky white glitter, and then once that was dry, the color here, I used just very inexpensive watercolor paint. It's the kind that's pressed in the little pallets. You know, mine came in a wood burning kit that I got from Sam's. I mean, there's that whole wood burning kit was $14. So, I mean, you can get these little paints very inexpensively. I've seen them at the Dollar Tree. They're the kind you just add water and brush over top of it. And they blended really, really well. And in the video, you'll see, you know, what the paints look like and how I put them on. And they blended so nice, gave this beautiful like ombre effect on there. And then my my decal, of course, that's important to me right now. And I've made a bunch of these for these similar cups for friends. And the first tumbler that I did with this on, I showed you, and it was really about the picture. This one's about the tumbler. It just happens to have that great picture on it also. And then on this one, I did a couple other things to it. So this is my grandson. Isn't he amazing? Oh, I hate not being able to see him. My daughter's so amazing though. She sends me videos and FaceTimes, and every now and then I drive by there and stand on the sidewalk and wave, and she holds him at the door. So he's so sweet. So I did his pictures. This is also the print then cut feature of the Cricut, and I did these on that glitter silhouette vinyl. that I showed before when I was doing the decals on the last couple cups. And then this, and then the writing here, and so these tumblers that I did for my other friends, we did, you know, like, who do you stand up for? And, you know, obviously, of course, my daughter and the rest of my family, but, you know, my Matthews, who I wanted to put on there. So the red is actually, it's the Cricut heat transfer vinyl foil. So isn't that pretty? So I was, yes, able to also do heat transfer vinyl on this epoxy on the acrylic. Now I wouldn't put heat transfer vinyl, or maybe I would, on acrylic. I don't know that you can. Maybe it's something I need to just try and see if you can before I say yay or nay. But it wouldn't be my first thought, would be to put heat transfer vinyl on acrylic. However, with the epoxy on there, I used my my Cricut heat press mini, and I put it on low in just a few seconds, and it was no problem. And then this, the name, and then this part here, that is all done with the sticker paper from the glitter sticker paper from the Dollar Tree. This is what it looks like. And it's very, very thin. So what I found, so with the maker, now with my air, when I did that paper, after practicing for a bit, I found that I could go to the paper setting and then just go very low. You can see that this has, like, it's completely cut out like a stencil, and that was going to, that right there was on just regular copy paper. What I found that I had to go to on the maker was to get it to cut properly, I went to rice paper, and that actually ended up working, because that paper, it's beautiful, and it stays, you know, you can see it stays nice and sparkly and colorful under the epoxy, but it's very thin, but the rice paper setting on the maker did work. So yeah, so anyways, here is my acrylic tumbler with epoxy and glitter on it, and then the watercolor. So this one has all kinds of things going on, but I really like how it turned out. I love the acrylic tumblers, especially with summertime coming and, you know, all the water. So this is one that I'll use for a long time. I really like this a lot, and I'm really digging these Hogg tumblers that I'm getting. And it's nice that they're this, you know, kind of level, straight up and down shape of them. It makes them extremely easy to work with. Like, they're very easy to work with. So, much easier than my practice tumblers. So, anyways, hey, listen, so I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the video to come. And if you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. And I hope you have a blessed and beautiful rest of the day. Stay safe. God bless everybody. And wash your hands and stay inside. Bye. All right, so I have my acrylic tumbler, and I'm just applying Mod Podge. So a lot of times when I use Mod Podge or tacky glue to do my tumblers, I mix it with water, make it thinner to let it dry so I can kind of burnish it in. Because of this being acrylic and I wasn't really sure, maybe eventually I'll go back and try it that way on an acrylic. But since I wasn't really sure, I decided to just give it a nice thick amount of Mod Podge on it to make sure that it stayed well and there were no issues. So then I, covered it with my glitter. I did the white chunky iridescent glitter because, again, I wanted that kind of iridescent see-through look to it. And then once this dried, I went back over it again with the Mod Podge. I used a thick amount of Mod Podge. Now, once the glitter's on there and I put it on, I don't brush. I do like a patting motion, like pushing the glitter down and into the tumbler to make sure that it stays in place well. So, covered the entire tumbler again with a pretty decent coat, because I usually go super thin with Mod Podge, but with this I did a pretty thick coat just to make sure that it was going to stay well and look good. I also need to try an acrylic tumbler like this, putting it on with epoxy, so eventually I'll do that as well. But then, I did the additional coat of the glitter. So I did 2 coats of the white chunky glitter. I wanted good coverage, but, of course, still that sort of iridescent look through it, which is definitely what I got. So this is what I was talking about with the watercolors. You can see it's just the inexpensive watercolors that are in those solid little palettes. And, I just took the colors that I wanted and just painted over my glitter. And, I mixed some different colors to get the look that I wanted. I wanted this blue ombre. So I did 3 different colors of blue, and I just, had some water, just painted down through there to get what I wanted. And then in the end, when it's all done, then I, just took some water and kind of blended all of it together, just using a little bit of just water. And then where I needed to, I went back and got some more paint and, just kept blending until it looked the way I wanted it to. And then once I was completely done with the paint and felt happy with it, then I covered the whole thing in Mod Podge because I still wanted to seal the glitter, and I also wanted to seal the paint so that it didn't move around underneath the epoxy. So I gave the tumbler a good entire coat. Just used a cloth and, cleaned off my ends underneath. And then I went in and I put the first coat of epoxy on it. So it's the 1-to-1 epoxy that I always use, the Envirolite I get from Michael's. And then after that was dry, I put my decals on and then put another round of epoxy. Hope you like it. Bye.